From moonlit doubts to sunlit steps, your pathway starts to gleam. Breathe in peace, set kind intent, let every frequency redeem. Cups to fill, wands to spark, swords to clear, and coins to ground. Take what helps, bless the rest, walk softly, soul unbound.
Hey everyone, welcome to Good Vibrations Tarot and Spirituality. Today's episode is signs and synchronicities. I want to discuss the different signs, synchronicities, what different types there are, what it means, what it could mean. I want to invite listeners, yourself, I want to invite you to share your stories, ask questions in the comments. First, I want to bring attention to the thing that you're looking at. I have a Band-Aid right here. I had a skin cancer cut out, so we've got that out of the way. I've got that out of the way. I almost forgot it was there. And we have the lovely Stevie here helping me. So she's helping with the cameras, and she also has a story to tell later on. I'll be asking her about that. A very vivid dream she had. And on the way to the studio, I did see some signs myself. I pay attention to signs all the time. And signs don't always necessarily mean that something major is going to happen. It might just be, a sign from your loved one saying hello, letting you know that they're there. So I saw a few signs on the way. So I was walking up the path, and first there was a dragonfly, flew right up to me and around me. Then I saw a butterfly that didn't really fly around me, but I saw it. And one of the signs for me, this is a personal sign that I see all the time. I've been seeing it for 10 years. I always see BB, the letters BB. I always see them on number plates usually. And as soon as I got to the front of the building, before coming inside, there was a car parked out the front with the letters BB. So I saw some signs already. So signs are everywhere, guys. If you look for them and pay attention, spirit guides are always giving us signs. All right, so I wanted to start with the astrology aspects. So let me put my glasses on. Now I look like a real nerd. I wanted to focus on the upcoming new moon in Libra. So October 21st, there's a new moon in Libra, which is all about harmony and balance, because Libra is about the scales, and that's all about balance. I wanted to focus on what it means for each sign of the zodiac and the other planetary influences around the new moon coming up. So we have Mercury in Libra. That's about sharpening our words, pushing us to express fairness and diplomacy. We have Venus in Virgo opposite the North Node in Pisces. So this reminds us that love and values must be practical, not just idealistic. We have Pluto retrograde in Aquarius squaring Mercury. This adds depth, ensuring conversations strike at hidden truths. And we have Mars in Scorpio trining the moon in Pisces. That was earlier in the month. So I think that's still happening now. So this is all about preparing the stage for the transformation that follows this Libra reset. Okay, so we'll move on to the signs. If you're not aware of what sign you are, Aries is from March 21st to April 19. So the new moon shines directly in your relationship sector, urging you to reset the balance in love and partnerships. Whether business or romance, new beginnings here demand compromise and open-hearted honesty. So the tip of the month, true strength lies in balance, not dominance. Taurus, which is April 20 to May 20. This lunation activates your daily work and wellness zone. It's time to refine routines, balance your commitments, and make space for better habits that support your health and productivity. And the tip of the month for Taurus is balance in work brings peace to your body. Gemini, May 21st to June 20. Romance, creativity, and joy are sparked by this new moon. Fresh love may emerge, or you could find renewed inspiration in artistic projects. Let playfulness fuel your self-expression. Tip of the month for Gemini, creativity is your medicine. Let it flow. Cancer, which is June 21st to July 22nd. The new moon emphasizes home and family. New beginnings may involve moving, redecorating, or healing relationships with loved ones. A sense of peace in your private space is key now. The tip of the month, create a sanctuary where love feels easy. Okay, Leo, July 23 to August 22nd. This lunation sparks your communication sector. Writing, teaching, or important conversations carry weight now. Clarity, diplomacy, and honesty will help you form deeper bonds. Tip of the month, speak with grace. Your words shape your world. Virgo, August 23 to September 22nd. The new moon rebalances finances and self-worth. It's a fresh start for budgeting, seeking fair pay, or setting intentions for material stability. Recognize your value, it pays off. Tip of the month for Virgo, self-worth attracts true abundance. And Libra, the new moon is in your sign. Libra is September 23 to October 22nd. Happy birthday, Libra. This is your new moon, a rebirth for your identity and goals. It's a chance to reset how you present yourself and to align your outer image with your inner truth. Shine authentically. Tip of the month, it's your season. Choose what truly represents you. And Scorpio, which is October 23 to November 21. This lunation turns inward, awakening your spiritual side. It's a quiet but powerful reset that asks you to release the past and trust endings as pathways to transformation. Tip of the month, your power grows when you release control. Sagittarius, which is November 22nd to December 21st. The new moon resets your goals and friendships. It's a potent time to align with communities that support your vision and let go of social ties that drain your energy. Tip of the month, your future thrives in circles that see your light. Capricorn, December 22nd to January 19. Your career and public image are in focus. The new moon is your opportunity to plant seeds for recognition and long-term success. Set intentions aligned with grace and integrity. Tip of the month for you, Capricorn, success is sweeter when built with balance. Aquarius, which is January 20 to February 18. This lunation expands your ninth house of belief, travel, and philosophy. It's the perfect time to begin studies, explore new horizons, or reset your spiritual practices. Tip of the month, growth comes when you embrace new perspectives. And Pisces, lucky last, that's my sun sign, February 19 to March 20. The new moon highlights shared resources and intimacy. Healing financial or emotional ties is possible now, and a new chapter begins in how you connect on the deepest level. Tip of the month, vulnerability is your strength. So those were the aspects. New moons are all about manifesting. Full moons are for releasing. New moons are for creating, manifesting. Now it's time to talk about signs and synchronicities. One of my favorite discussions. How many of you actually notice signs every day? The people that don't pay attention, they're usually the people that are getting signs all the time, but they don't see them. Like my ex, he tells me things and I'm like, hello, that's a sign. He just doesn't pay attention to those things. He has slowly over the years started to get a bit more spiritual. But anyway, so what are signs and synchronicities? They can be meaningful coincidences. I just want to speak about Carl Jung. He was a famous psychiatrist and psychotherapist. He was best known for his research in personality and dream analysis and the human psyche. Carl Jung said that signs can be warnings, confirmations, opportunities, or indications of future events. Some people view them as communications from a higher power or subconscious mind. So myself, I know that a lot of the signs that I see, I know it's coming from my dad who's passed over, my spirit guides. I came to learn their names actually, Christine and Jack. I just know that they're, signs from my higher self, from spirit, from the universe. So Signs and synchronicities can come in lots of different ways, as I was just mentioning before, seeing numbers. Some of you may see repeating patterns, repeating numbers, 1111. A lot of people see that. 1111 is about manifestation. It's a good time to make a wish when you see 1111 on the clock. You may overhear conversations that mirror your life. You could get unexpected opportunities at the perfect time, right time, right place. You could be thinking of someone and then they text you or they call, or somebody that you haven't heard from in 3 years. You suddenly think of them and then you bump into them, in the street the next day. That's a synchronicity sign. What else? Number plates. So I know for myself, I think I mentioned before about BB. So BB's a big sign for me because about 10 years ago I started seeing it on number plates everywhere. BB, 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 BB. This was before I was as spiritual, and I'm more spiritually aware now. I like to think I am, but back then I was less spiritual. I wasn't noticing the signs, but this is when I started to notice BB. And then I ended up moving to a street called BB. And I ended up working out what the BB was, and it was actually a boy that I knew back when I was 16. He had a crush on me. He was a lovely person. I didn't like him in that way, but he was a good friend. And he got punched and hit his head on the concrete and died. And I worked out that it was him because his initials are BB. And he has come up in mediumship readings that I've had. So that BB, he must be like a spirit guide. He's part of my spirit family. That's what I feel anyway. So yeah, BB is a big sign for me. So you may see signs on number plates all the time. You could, when you, like there's a car that you want to buy or you've bought a car, you end up seeing that car everywhere. People could say that's related to the more psychology side of things, not a sign, because our brain filters what we focus on. But, if you feel it's a sign, it's a sign. You may see the same bird. One of your loved ones may send a bird. You keep seeing the same bird come into your front yard every day. Butterflies, dragonflies, you may see them all of the time. There was a lady who came for a reading and I connected with her loved one. I think it might have been her grandma. And she told me about the most amazing sign, because I know a lot of us do see butterflies and that is a sign. That's our loved one, saying hello, letting us know that they're with us. But she got an amazing sign. So her grandma was a smoker. This is not long after her grandma passed away. She was sitting in the car and a big blue butterfly flew in the car and landed on the ashtray. Like, how is that not a sign? Like, I get my dad visiting and the butterfly will fly around me and I know that's my dad, but to come inside the car, and that's just amazing. Another sign or synchronicity can also be like sliding doors moment. Like you miss the train and then the next train you get on, you meet the love of your life. I'll just tell you a bit about some of the amazing signs that I've had, and then I really want to hear about Stevie's snake dream. But yeah, when my dad passed away just over 4 years ago, I asked him to show me a sign, but it had to be a sign that you don't see every day. Like, we see butterflies almost every day. We see feathers, we see white feathers, we see grey feathers. I asked him to show me a pink feather or a red feather because you don't see them often. So my boyfriend at the time, he's not spiritual at all. He didn't look for signs or anything like that until he met me. He started speaking more about things like that. But he came home from work. This is after my dad had passed, not long after. He came home from work and he pulled out of his pocket a feather about that big, and it was a little pink feather. And he's like, I don't know what made me keep this feather, but something made me, keep it, and I had to give it to you. And I'm like, wow. And I started crying because I knew that was my dad. And then not long after that, an even smaller pink feather was stuck. I got my I got my dad's car after he died, so I'm driving my dad's car. It wasn't raining, it wasn't wet, but he stuck a little pink feather on the driver's side window when I went up to get in the car. So I knew that was my dad. And when I was with the boyfriend at the time, it was a very toxic relationship. I was receiving signs coming out of everywhere, and I wasn't paying attention to them because I was attracted to this person and I was losing myself in the relationship, but the signs were everywhere. I did my own tarot cards when I was with him, and the devil kept coming out repeatedly. Devil, 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 toxic, toxic, toxic. I was hearing songs on the radio. I was hearing songs in my dreams. And I'm getting goosebumps now, and that's like, that's like confirmation for me that, Spirit's like, pay attention to the signs. What other signs did I want to talk about of mine? My uncle, rest in peace. My uncle, he committed suicide about 7 years ago, I think now. I asked him for a sign one day, and I think I was walking my little dog. She's passed away as well. Rest in peace, Roxy. I was walking her, and it was not windy at all. And this is when I asked for a sign from my uncle. I loved him. He was a very caring person. And wasn't windy, and I'm walking, and on the ground, when you get the whirlwind of feathers, like things, big whirlwind, a big whirlwind came of all these feathers, and it wasn't a windy day, and it was just when I walked past that, and it was just that spot, and I just knew straight away it was my uncle. There's one other thing I just want to share. This was a dream that I did pay attention to. This was after things were ending with me and my ex. I was still, energetically holding on. Like, he moved out and I was still going to his place, and, we were still sleeping together. I was still holding on to it. And then I had this dream, and I was able to decipher it. I knew what it meant. We were both in a rocky boat in the ocean. It was very rocky. Then we got to the shore. I remember, he was the cause of something to do with the rockiness. I don't know. Anyway, we got to the shore. I hopped out of the boat. He stayed in the boat, and he couldn't come with me. And then I had to go on this journey, and there was this huge sand hill because it was at the beach. And I wanted to go the easy way and go around the sand hill. And Spirit was in my dream was saying, no, you have to go up the hard way. So I had to go up the huge hill. And that was just a sign for me that, okay, my ex needs to go on his journey. We need to separate, and I've got to go on my journey, which is a hard journey. I can't take the easy way out. But Stevie, we just want to hear about your snake dream, because I did look it up, and after you tell everyone, the details, I just want to tell you what I found.
All right, well, I was sitting in this field, just hanging out, trying to get away from everybody for a minute. This black snake just crawls up onto my left hand. And it's just kind of hanging out there. I'm not too bothered about it, a little freaked out, but not too bothered about it. And then people I know come to help me, but the minute that they do, it agitates the snake, and it just keeps biting me. And the more they try to get rid of it, the more it keeps biting me, to the point where it just bit me all the way up my arm. And then I just said, all of you can piss off, I'm going to deal with this. And then it just kind of stopped biting me. And then I woke up straight out of my dream, just fully...
I got goosebumps.
Yeah, just very real. I could feel the fang marks and everything for the rest of the day.
Yeah, that's crazy. But I actually looked it up for you, and it was interesting, although you didn't tell me about the part of the friends.
No,
so if I put that into ChatGPT, it probably would have deciphered it even more.
Yeah,
but I'll tell you what I found. So the black snake in dreams usually represent deep transformation, and that's very Scorpio.
Yeah.
Healing or awakening. Snakes shed their skin just as we shed old layers of identity or emotional patterns. A black snake in particular often relates to hidden fears or repressed emotions rising to the surface. The shadow self, parts of your psyche that have been ignored or denied. Deep subconscious healing or initiation into new power. And because it's biting, not just appearing, the message is urgent. Something within is demanding attention, forcing you to wake up, to something you may have been avoiding emotionally, spiritually, or physically. And being on the left hand and the arm, the left side of the body is connected to the feminine, intuitive, and emotional side, receiving energy rather than giving. The bite to your left hand and arm may symbolize a wound or blockage in your ability to receive love, support, intuition, or nurturing. It could reflect feeling hurt by something or someone you trusted. It can reflect guilt or shame around asking for help. A need to heal old feminine wounds, especially maternal or relationship related. The fact that the pain lingered all day, even after waking, suggests that it wasn't just a dream, but an energetic experience. So I found that very interesting.
Yeah, it definitely checks out.
All right, so why do we notice the signs? Like I said before, there can be psychology behind it. You know, like I said, the brain filters what we focus on. So like I was talking about seeing the same car model if you just bought that car or that's the car you want. But for me, it's spiritual, and most people who notice signs, pay attention to signs, it's spiritual for them. It's from their higher self, the universe, and spirit guides. So I guess you could ask yourself if the signs are external messages or internal confirmations. So for my listeners, I'd love for you to share your stories, ask any questions in the comments. If you pay attention, signs can be advice, they can be clues, opportunities. It can also be prophetic, like, you know, predicting the future. You just have to be open and use your intuition. Pay attention. There's so many people that just are not paying attention to signs. Remember, not everything is a coincidence. Sometimes signs and synchronicities, they might just be reminders. Sometimes it could just be a sign to practice gratitude, which is something that I do every day, almost every day. I try to remember. I always say a prayer. You know, I say I'm grateful for everything, food, water. Even when I'm living in poverty, I still am grateful that I have food. If I don't have money to buy food, I can always call the ex, hey, can I borrow some money? I'm grateful for that. Yeah, just focus on manifesting your desires. I think manifesting might be the next discussion for the next episode. I haven't decided whether I'll do manifesting or talk about shadow work, but we'll see. Maybe my listeners can let me know what you'd like to hear in the next episode about manifestation or shadow work. So I was going to pull a tarot card of the week. That's what I want to do every time I do an episode. I want to do the astrology updates, do the discussion, pull the tarot card of the week. If I have a guest, then maybe I can do a tarot card reading for them. But I think with the tarot card readings, I'll offer a tarot card reading to my listeners. So if I see anybody commenting, hey, I'd love a tarot card reading on your next episode, then you need to be watching the next episode because I may pick you. And that means I'll do a mini read for you, but you have to watch the next one because I'm going to say your name. If you miss it, you miss it. So keep watching. Okay. So we'll just pull the tarot card of the week. I've got a feeling Sagittarius is going to come out, but I could be wrong. Okay, universe, spirit guides, angels, please and thank you. Tarot card of the week for my listeners. I knew it. Sagittarius, I told you. I'm a psychic. All right, Temperance in the reverse. I feel like it could be like overspending. Spending money on things that you shouldn't spend money on, because the Temperance in the reverse can be indulgence, excess, recklessness, imbalance, and I feel like it's relating to, to money. And I can relate to this because I'm Sagittarius moon and rising. Stevie's Sagittarius sun. We've got a lot of Sag going on here. But I do feel like it's relating to spending. If you're resonating, let me know in the comments. But guys, the Temperance in the reverse, like I said, it's about imbalance. If you're not resonating with the money side of things, you may resonate with, the other meanings to it. It's self-indulgence, excess, personalities clashing with your ego, your higher self, a lack of perspective, discord, antagonism, recklessness, like I said before, and hastiness. So not thinking things through. It's the opposite of tranquility, the opposite of peace, the opposite of balance. The temperance in the upright is all about harmony. And like, it's funny this has come out because we've got the Libra new moon coming up, which I said is harmony and balance. The temperance is about harmony and balance, but this is in the reverse. And reversals are delays, blockages, obstacles. So yeah, the opposite of harmony here, the opposite of balance. Let me know if you resonate, guys. And please, if you do want me to do a mini tarot read for you in the next episode, please leave a comment, say, I don't know, what can they say, Stevie, in the comments? Yes, please. I don't know. Just write, yes, please, I'd love a free reading. And if I pick you, then make sure you're watching the next episode. But that's it, guys. Thank you, Stevie, for helping and sharing your story.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. Bye, guys.